Hey, friends, get ready for another math lesson with Mrs. Matson. But first, we have a little visitor that wanted to say hi. Can you say hi? You want to show them what you're eating?
Strawberries.
How does it taste?
Good.
So good. All right. So today we get to talk about converting. And you guys got really good at converting back in 5th grade. Trying to figure out why it won't show. There we go. Okay, but where's my picture of myself now? What is going on?
There we go.
Yeah, but it doesn't show the picture of me now. You might not get a picture of me. Oh, what happened there?
Aww.
Okay, well, what's going on?
Here.
You might get a video without me, without my beautiful face, which I would be okay with. So you just get to hear my voice. We are going to convert measurements using ratios. Now, last year you did converting measurements. This year I'm going to show you how to do it using ratios, okay? So, from last year you learned all of these numbers. I want you to see how many of these numbers you remember. So, if you want to pause and fill it out, fill it out. If not, then just keep playing and then fill it out with me. So there are 12 inches in a foot, 3 feet in a yard, 36 inches in a yard, 5,280 feet in a mile. Oh, 1760 feet. Let's Siri that. Just a second. How many yards are in a mile?
1 mile is 1,760 yards.
Okay. 16 ounces in a pound and 2,000 pounds in a ton. So these are all the numbers we use in America for distances. Now, if we're talking about something like, and weight, this is what we use for weight. This is what you use for distances. Now, if we're talking about liquid, we use gallons. And every gallon has 4 quarts. Now, the reason I'm doing it this way is because I have a little story for you. In the Kingdom of Gallon, this is like a map of the Kingdom of Gallon. Every kingdom has 4 queens. You know, most kingdoms have a king and a queen. This kingdom just has 4 queens. Every queen has a prince and a princess. And every prince and a princess has 2 children. And the reason why I like to do this story, it is because it tells you all the units, all the conversions. 1 gallon is 4 quarts. 1 quart is 2 pints. 1 pint is 2 cups.
2 cups.
And then if you want to get even deeper in the story, you can say that every child has a very unique pet. They either have an octopus for a pet or a spider for a pet. We know the octopuses have 8 tentacles, and we know spiders have 8 legs. So what that tells you is that 1 cup is equal to 8 ounces. Okay, and these are the conversions we're going to use today. I'm going to give you all of these conversions. What I'm going to show you how to do is I'm going to show you how to figure out how to convert using ratios. So, first problem I'll show you. Each dairy cow in the United States produces on average 25 quarts of milk per day. How many gallons of milk does a cow produce each day? Okay, so we're going to start by, like I said, we're going to make it a ratio. And kind of like making it a fraction, we just put it over 1. Okay, we're going to times it by another ratio. So this is kind of our setup. We have 2 ratios being times by each other. And we're going to put quarts on bottom, and we want to get to gallons. So we're going to put gallons on top. Now, gallons are bigger than quarts. So gallons gets the number 1. And like we know over here, there are 4 quarts in 1 gallon. So what we have here is basically we're timesing it by 1 because 1 gallon is equal to 4 quarts. We could simplify that to 1. And we know that anytime we times anything by 1, we end up with the exact same thing. So that's the whole purpose of timesing it by a ratio where the top and the bottom are the exact same thing. Okay, so what we can do now before we multiply is we can simplify. Now we both have quarts there, so we're going to divide both. We're going to kind of cancel those out. And then we're going to multiply straight across, and we're going to get 25 over 4, and we have gallons. So 25/4 gallons. We're not going to leave it 25/4 gallons. We are going to go like this, and we're going to end up with 6 1/4 gallon. Or if we wanted to keep going and turn it into a decimal, we would have ended up with 6 and 6.25, which those two are the exact same thing, aren't they? So a cow can produce 6 1/4 gallon every day. Okay. So you're gonna be like, Mrs. Manson, when I did this in 5th grade, it was way quicker and way easier. And you know what? Yes. When you're doing simple ones like this, it's probably easier the 5th grade way. But if you want to convert between miles and hours or meters per second, doing it the 5th grade way or the way you've done it, learned in the past is not so easy. It's not good, right? If I want to see how many seconds are in 2 years, it's going to take me a while to do it 5th grade way. But if I learn how to do it with ratios, I can figure out that there are 63 million seconds in 2 years. And the way that I do that is I have all of these ratios that are times by each other. And when I cancel out the things that they have in common, I end up with this as my answer. So that's the reason why I'm going to be a really, really, really big stickler and really picky about how you figure this out, because I want your 7th and 8th and high school years to be a lot easier because you already know how to do conversions with ratios. You're going to end up doing problems like this in the coming years, and what we're doing in 6th grade is the foundation for that. Okay, so I kind of have 3 steps for this. Okay, so if we're going to set it up, if we're going to solve the ratio, convert the ratio way, then we're going to times by 2 ratios. And the first ratio is what they give you, 8 yards. And we're going to put that over 1. Now, what is the length of his porch in inches? So our next ratio, we want to get it to inches. So we're going to put inches on top, and we're going to put the given label on bottom. So it was yards. That was given to us. So we're going to put yards on the bottom. And then we're going to put a 1 on the label that is bigger. So inches or yards? Which one's longer? An inch or a yard? A yard is longer. So the yard gets the number 1. And then if we remember from back here, a yard is 3 feet, right? So, but it's inches. How many inches are in a yard? It is 36. Oh, oops, I just deleted all. It's 36 inches in a yard. So back here, we're going to do 36 inches in 1 yard. And we're going to multiply straight across, simplify if you can. Now, if you have done it correctly, when you simplify, you'll be able to cross out the labels that are diagonal, because that's how you cross simplify. And you've set it up so that the given label's on top, and then the given label is on bottom of the second ratio. So now we just get to multiply straight across. 36 times 8 is 48, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 288. So it's 288 inches is the length of his porch. It was 8 yards, now it's 288 inches. All right, now I'm going to have you help me with this one a little bit more even. In a soccer game, Kyle scored a goal from a corner kick. Kyle was 33 feet from the goal. How many yards from the goal was he? So we're going to set up the problem with 2 ratios. two ratios being times by each other. The first ratio is the given number and label over 1. The given number is 33 feet. We're going to put that over 1. The second ratio is the given label on bottom. So it was the given label on top here. Now we're going to have the given label on bottom there. And the desired label. What do we desire? Well, the question is how many yards. So we desire to get it to yards. And now we're going to put a 1 on the label that's bigger. What is bigger, a yard or a foot? A yard is bigger, and there are 3 feet in 1 yard. You'll know you have done it correctly if the top is the exact same distance as the bottom, which we're good. 1 yard is the same distance as 3 feet. So we've done that correctly. Now when we multiply straight across, we're going to see if we can simplify. We're going to cancel out the feet. And then we can see that we have 33 and 3, which means we can divide both of those by 3, can't we? And that will give us 11 here and 1 here. So now when we multiply straight across, we have 11 times 1 and 1 times 1. So we have 11 over 1, which is the same as 1, and we have yards left over. So we're left with 11 yards. Okay, you ready to try one completely on your own now? Jason made 36 pints of lemonade for the class picnic. How many gallons of lemonade did he make? Let's set up the problem. Two ratios being times by each other. There's one ratio. There's the second ratio. The first ratio is what they give us. 36 pints over 1. The second ratio, we're going to, whatever this label was, we're going to put it diagonally down. And then how many gallons? We're going to put what we want on top. Now, which one is bigger, a gallon or a pint? If we think of our kingdom of gallon, what letter was bigger, the G or the P? It was definitely the G. Oh my gosh, I keep doing that. The G is definitely bigger than the P. So gallons are bigger than pints. So that means that gallons win. They get number 1, Lisbon. Lou, do not play the piano. I'm making a video, girlfriend. You're going to have to go. So how many pints was in a gallon? Oh, why didn't I check that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 pints in 1 gallon. So put the 8 there. Now we're just going to simplify, multiplying straight across. Cancel out the P's. Lisbon, do not touch that. I know these are both even, so I'm going to divide them both, actually not by 2. I'm going to divide them both by 4. When I divide them both by 4, I get 9 over 1 times by, that becomes a 2 now. Okay, so I get 9 halves. I'm not going to leave it improper. So how many times can 2 go into 9? 4 times with 1 left over. So 4 and 1/2. And was how many gallons? So 4.5 gallons is the same as 36 pints. Okay, are you able to do that one on your own? All right, pause the video and see if you can do Mr. O'Connell. His car weighs 1.5 tons. Put it over 1. Our second ratio, we're going to put tons on bottom. And what is the weight of his car in pounds? I'm going to put pounds on top. Now, a ton is definitely bigger than a pound. So it gets the number 1. And there are 2,000 pounds in a ton. Remember that the top and the bottom, those two must be the exact same amount or the exact same distance. Okay, now we're going to multiply straight across, cancel out the tens, and we're left with 1.5 times 2,000. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to swap this a little bit. Times it by 2. Here's my decimal. Okay, but now I'm going to add the 3 zeros behind it. And then, if that didn't make sense to you, then I'm going to redo it this way. 5 times 0, 5 times 0, 5 times 0, 5 times 2. Then it times everything by 1. 1 times 0, 1 times 0, 1 times 0, 1 times 2. I get 3 and 4 zeros.